Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have another unboxing for you. And also I want to introduce a series to my channel that I'm going to call Bag Rewind. So the purpose of Bag Rewind is going to be bags that are no longer available through the Coach website or Coach Outlet website. But it gives you something to go back and reference when you purchase something pre-loved. Because Coach right now is really pushing the pre-loved, the upcrafted, the remix where they buy back their bags from you and they turn them into something different. So I figured, why not start something to where when you go online, you go to your apps, your websites to purchase your pre-loved items. What I like to do, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys do, is you go out, you purchase the item, usually at a great price, and you go immediately after you make the purchase, you go to YouTube, you go to Google, whatever, and you search that item, you search that color, you search that style, and you try to get as much information as you possibly can so you know what to anticipate when it shows up, what to look for, what not to look for. This day and age, unfortunately, there are counterfeits out there, and that's what we're trying to weed out. So I came across not too much information about certain styles, and it's a little frustrating, but I'm hoping that I can help close that gap. So when you guys see something in the pre-loved market and you want to pick it up, you have my video there, so you can do all your research and move on with your purchase and be excited about it. So that's what Bag Rewind is going to be, and you guys will see it in my little thumbnail. It'll say Bag Rewind, so you know it's an older style that's no longer available to purchase new through Coach. I mean, a lot of these bags, like some collectors, I'm guilty, some pieces still have their tags on them and they are older pieces. So some people do sell them new with tags, and that's my aim with this series. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it's well received. So let's start with this unboxing today because I'm super excited, but I'm also nervous at the same time. As you guys can tell, I do have my trail bag here that I got with my haul video. And that's exactly what this is. This is a trail bag. This is in a very hard to find color. Why I wanted this here to show you guys is because here's the trail bag. Here's the box that this one came in. See the issue that we might be having here? I don't believe there's any way that this bag can fit in here unless this is smashed down to where this is a pretty stiff leather handle. And I would not suggest pushing this down because, as you can see there, if you do that, it just dents it in. And hopefully this is something that I can fix, because you guys know that I'm a big fan of glove can leather and I like to rehab things or fix things. But let's get into it and let's hope for the best. This came all the way to me from the Bronx, New York. So it's been to New York from a New York company. The seller did have a few pieces in this color, and this is a harder to find color. The focusing is real. I just don't want to, I don't know if you guys have ever had that moment where you go to open something and you cut a little too deep and you're worried that you cut into the leather. Luckily, I haven't had that issue. Let's hope this is not the first time. There's a lot of tape on here, which I would appreciate if I lived somewhere for sure that has a lot of rain. Luckily, where I live doesn't have too much rain, so it's usually not an issue. Let's see. Just want to make sure I don't have anything on my hands because I had to use the permanent marker to block out all my info. Right. Let's get into it. I'm excited. Alright. So here we are. Maybe not. Maybe it's not smashed. There we are. It's in a plastic bag inside of the dust bag, and I'm very happy about that because I have read too many horror stories where people get their package delivered outside their door and it's raining and the box just soaks it up and the bag gets ruined. What I have a feeling is going on here is this lid. the handle was tilted forward. So let's hope that's the case and this isn't, because look, she even took the time to put these pillows. Bonus, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh yeah, this is, I don't think this is smashed. Right, there we are. Okay, that's a little sigh of relief that it wasn't completely smashed in there. It was nicely packaged. I do appreciate that packaging. This might take a minute. Now let's just rip it open. Alright. 1941 dust bag. We all know how much we love that. They don't make them anymore. It's the canvas opposed to the silky type of material. Actually, there might be even more packaging inside. I mean, thank you. Right. Oh, this color. This color, you guys. Oh, do you see that? Do you see that color? And even wrap the top handle to make sure that it didn't dent it in. Oh, thank you so much. I was overreacting, but I mean, rightfully so. Me having this bag out here and looking at that box, you know, one could see why I would be worried, but thankfully this is perfectly wrapped. All right. Look at that's gorgeous. Even some of the hardware still has, is still wrapped. I don't remember if she said she used this or not, but this is the Coach 1941 trail bag in the color Vermillion. And this is a very, very, very stunning orange. Actually, in person, it's a lot more red than I was expecting. Not a bad thing. I don't have a lot of red in my collection, but I mean, look at that stitching. The contrast stitching, that's something I've noticed that they don't do too much of now that they did a lot of the 1941 era, is the contrast stitching. You guys can see it here with the contrast stitching. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. I love it. Some people don't like the contrast stitching. I mean, to each their own. That's fashion. Everybody has their own style. So I'm not going to knock it because I love it. All right, let's get into it. Okay. The brass hardware I'm obsessed with this color, because if you guys know hardware, you guys know that yes, this gunmetal hardware is very pretty. It's really sleek looking, but it does have a tendency to chip, unfortunately. I don't have too many items that have started chipping, but I do have a lot of items, a lot of rogues specifically, that have this hardware, but I have seen like on the resale market that this hardware is quite chipped away. I do have a convertible Manhattan crossbody bag from the men's collection that thing has been through it. Like, it's gone out partying with me, it's gone out traveling the world with me, doing a lot, and the hardware, perfect. So I haven't had too much issues of me causing it. Some pre-loved items that I have received do have the chipping. I don't know how that bag was treated previously, but I mean, there's that. But I'm a big fan of the brass hardware now. Got that nice, lovely 1941 hang tag that unfortunately we don't get too much of nowadays. We do see this with the Rogue style still. Like, if you guys look back at my shearling, it does have the big chunky tag, but usually now they don't say, here you see around there, it says Coach and then 1941 underneath it. Nowadays, usually it just says Coach. That one says Coach 1941. But okay, let's give her another look over. Genuine glove tan leather, of course. There is a little crease here that it looks like it came with the bag from the manufacturer. I'm not too upset about it because I don't believe, I mean, you can see it all that well. It's more of a, oh, if you know, you know. If I didn't point it out, you wouldn't know. But let's open her up. Let's see. She's in. You guys, the packaging just gets better and better. Even more of these bubble pillows. And I really, really do appreciate that. If you're watching this, I really, really do appreciate you taking the time to package all this. Yes, I was worried at first, but clearly you know what you're doing when it comes to packaging. Because if this was the case, I'm going to keep buying from you, and I'm not going to be worried about what it's going to look like packaging wise. We got the strap. I love that. I always like to check these, like if I'm in the outlet or if I'm in retail, if I have this, because sometimes we do run into issues to where the springs on these are a little too weak. And that's something that you guys can do to fix these actually. You might have these on your bag, and your bag just randomly comes, pops off. And the reason behind that is because inside of these dog leash clips, there's springs. Just think of like, you know, those pens, those clicking pens. It's the same kind of deal. So this part actually down here unscrews. So, I mean, they're usually pretty tight on there, but if you get like some vice grips or some pliers, I would recommend wrapping some fabric or something around it so it doesn't dent that in. You can hold that and just spin it around. It'll open up, and the spring inside, if you have another spring, or I'm sure you can find some on Amazon, you can get newer ones and that have a lot more resistance to it, and that'll fix your issue. You won't have the issue of these popping off, which I think maybe this one I might have to replace. Not a big deal. This one's pretty good. All right, so let's get inside of it. It smells great. You guys can see, so it's just like my Oxblood one. It's got that canvas lining, the 1941 canvas lining that I'm a big fan of. I am a big fan of leather lining as well, and sometimes I do wish some bags were lined with leather, but if it's something that you're gonna be using more often, it's better that it's lined with the canvas because you can clean it off better. It won't scratch, it won't get dented. As you guys remember from my previous videos with my Willis that I got in my haul, is I like to put my straps inside of the dust bag. I'll fold up the dust bag, and the straps I'll roll up and I'll put them inside before I put them, especially in my leather lined bags, because just from sitting there, that pressure can dent it. I mean, not a big deal to everybody. Nobody's going to see the inside of your bag except yourself. But that's a little pointer I do like to give out. Is that the style number? Let's see. Well, you know what? I can give you guys the style number off of this bag. So this style number 78806, and this is in Vermillion. This is in Oxblood if you guys are interested. Finding either one of these on the preloved market, because like I said, this is Bag Rewind and it's no longer available on the Coach website, but they are available on the resale sites. Some in great condition, some not so great condition. Usually the cost reflects the condition of the bag. This one is in perfect condition, so I had no problem. I did pay a little bit more than a lot of these that are on the market, solely because of the color is very hard to find. Vermilion is very highly sought after in just about any bag that it comes in, and the condition. The seller sent me a video and I went over everything just to make sure that it was in great condition. And I have had a Soho in Vermilion before, but I don't remember it being this red. I do love it. I absolutely love it. I do have a Soho in Gifting Orange that's a lot lighter in color, but this is a really gorgeous color, and I hope they do bring it back. Currently they're really big on the color Canyon Orange. Well, the orange color is called Canyon, but they're using that a lot right now, and I absolutely love it. But this Vermilion, I absolutely love. And with that brass hardware, I mean, look at that. That's gorgeous. So one thing I do want to point out about this bag that some other members in the Facebook group have pointed out. So this style, when you put it on, it's crossbody, top handle. Normally smaller bags, I don't use crossbody. I just carry a top handle. I put a nice, chunky, gorgeous novelty strap on it, and that just adds to the bulk of the bag. Yes, it is a smaller bag, but I'm a bigger guy, and you know, I have some really tiny bags. Where's my little mini Rogue charm up there that I've actually carried as a bag before. But if you can add a novelty strap, the thick leather ones, it just adds more to it. A bag charm, I mean, how cute is that? That just adds more to the bag. So if you're a big guy or gal and you're worried about carrying around a small bag, if it makes you happy, do it because this makes me happy, and I don't care what anybody else tells me. Do what makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting anybody, do what makes you happy. So with this, like I was saying, so with the straps, if you're a crossbody wearer, of course you're going to be wearing this. And one thing that they did note, that they did mention in the group is, see where it hits is right where that zipper's at. So if you're wearing it crossbody and you're trying to get into it, this is going to get in your way. This is one of the things that I did point out in my last unboxing of the utility crossbody bag, that I love that it had the side pockets and it had the front pocket, because in that situation I can just put my go-to items right in the front. This is not a deal breaker for me whatsoever, because I absolutely love the style, I love the color, I feel it's really underrated, and I'm actually very surprised that I've had quite a few comments on my haul video that they didn't even know that this bag existed. I really wish it would have got a lot more exposure, because it's one of those vintage vanity bag styles that I do really, really love. And I mean, it's just adorable to me. So go into it knowing that you will run into that issue, that this is going to get in the way of your zipper if you want to finesse with it. It does have a back pocket. It's a really tight back pocket. I would not suggest putting a phone back there unless it's a super thin phone, because it could start warping the leather. And if you have it standing up, that hinge right here, this leather hinge, is just going to get, the phone's going to get in the way, so it's going to be a little hard. But a slim card case, one that holds, 4 credit cards and some cash, is going to go perfect in there. And if it's something that's mostly what you get into your bag for, is going to be your wallet, pop it back there, and you don't have to worry about the zipper and getting in and out, because you can just pop it right out of there. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys that I like to do, a little trick. So I'm a big guy, as you can tell, and these bags are made for women, but so usually these straps are way too short for me. I can't wear crossbody. So one of the reasons why I don't even use these straps, I just use my novelty straps just to add some extra interest to it. And I'll pop it on my shoulder from time to time, but I usually just top handle carry. I picked this up also on the resale market. So this is Coach brand. Coach sold this. And I believe what this was initially meant for was to be like a bag charm kind of situation here. Like that. I don't know. Maybe not the best for this bag. But when I seen this, I immediately thought, hey, I can use that as a strap extender. And it's actually Coach, and it's Coach hardware, so I don't have to worry about it matching my other brass hardware. So what I do here is this end piece, just clip that onto there, and then this dog leash clip I clip onto there. And to me, it just adds a lot more interest. So I usually like to wear this piece where it's on my shoulder, but it's in the front. I think it just adds a little bit more detail. It adds a lot more length, because look at that now, and we're not even on the last setting here. We still have 2 more settings. Sometimes what I do like to do is take this to a leather craftsman, add a couple more holes in there, and that gives me some more length. But after finding this gem, I'm in love. And I actually have started using the straps that comes with these bags a lot more, and being able to wear it crossbody. I'm super happy about that. And now I gotta find it in like the gunmetal so I can use it on my other bags, and a silver one. I do have a few items that have the silver hardware, like from the Basquiat collection. The men's line all had the silver hardware on that. I think that's gonna be a little hard to find, but I like a challenge. So I mean, that is my unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed my bag rewind video. So when you guys see those thumbnails with bag rewind, just know that that's going to be an item that is currently not for sale through Coach directly, but there are so many lovely bags out there in the pre-loved market that just need a little love and attention, just like we all do. So don't be scared, don't be shy to purchase pre-loved. Just do your homework a little bit before you do purchase. Make sure if it's like a Coach item, you get the creed, a picture of the creed, usually the style numbers on there. Go into Google, type in Coach, that style number. If another bag pops up, not just one or two, but if you enter that style number and all these different bags pop up except for that one, that's usually a good indication that that is a counterfeit and they just got some random number from something that they've seen and popped it on that bag. But I have no doubts about this whatsoever. This is absolutely an authentic Coach 1941 trail bag in Vermillion. I'm so excited. I can't wait to use this. This is going to be the perfect color for fall. This is going to be my new jam. This and you guys, that flax up there, the Willis in flax. Gorgeous. All right, I'm going to go enjoy this, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay safe out there. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.